It's amazing to have you back.
Glad to be back, eh? How have you been, Sia?
I've been doing good. How about you, man?
Nah, I've been doing good. Nothing to complain about.
I'm happy to hear that, man. Happy to hear that. All right, cool. Let's get it, man. Let's do this. For the audience today, I wanted to do a session where we spoke about advice. So, from your side, I wanted to know what kind of advice do you have for anybody that wants to enter your industry? To those that maybe are finishing high school and they're looking to apply for programs in university, or even those that done other work or they haven't studied anything and they just listened to this podcast and they're like, okay, that actually sounds pretty interesting. What advice would you give?
I'll definitely advise that they go through the academic route because they're going to be taught far more how to think about problems instead of just the execution side of what I do in UX, but mostly how I think about it. And you'll learn a lot and meet a lot of people. So definitely recommend that people apply to University of Pretoria and try out the degree. It's a bit tough, but it will be worth it in the end. And if someone's not looking for the University of Pretoria, there's Open Window, there's Vega, and many other design institutions that are well vetted in South Africa that you can also look at. But yeah, if I could do it all again, I would advise myself to go straight back to UP again.
I'm actually glad you mentioned that. Definitely going the academic route. As much as there's a lot of information out there these days where you can study on your own, it can be tricky to navigate studying on your own. Like how to separate good information from bad information if you don't even know the field at all, you know? Yeah. Um, okay. I feel like we've spoken about UI and UX so much over these past few episodes that we can rest the topic. And I just want to know about any advice you'd give from your side as a person, outside of work.
Um, definitely. Definitely, when looking at your future and going after these different professions, definitely prioritize yourself and the balance that you have with your work and the rest of your life, because your work isn't your entire life, and there'll always be ups and downs. Mistakes will be made, but as long as you keep trying, you'll be able to succeed eventually. So yeah, keep going and don't put yourself second. Always put yourself first. Yeah.
Um, I feel like a lot of the time we hear about work-life balance. A lot of people say you need a work-life balance, but they don't really paint the picture as to what that is, you know? Like they don't tell you how to build a healthy work-life balance. Is there any tips you'd give on?
Yeah, definitely. I would say don't look at it as a work and life balance. Look at it as a life balance, because the reality of it is there'll be points where you're working in hours which are not dedicated for work, and there'll be parts where you're resting and doing your own life stuff in hours dedicated to work. And being able to just balance it as a single life uh, is the best approach. So, understanding how your time works, when you work best, and how to essentially mold it around who you are. Don't try and be the take someone else's routine and force it into your life. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the time we get stuck in these routines, not just you and I, people in general. You get stuck in the scene of like, okay, Monday to Friday from this time to this time I'm in the office, this time to this time I'm at home. So I should be doing XYZ or I should be doing that. It's a thing of as long as you're meeting your goals and there's no issues, then you're good, you know? I'm not saying you should stop there, but that's all you should aim for. You're feeling good, your boss isn't complaining about your quality of work, then you are doing good for yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah. I think it varies, eh?
Yeah, man. Like there's no clear picture as to what work life balance really is at the end of the day. It's all human. We're unique for a reason. And in that uniqueness, I guess, we're going to find our own way of doing things, our own balance, our own experiences. As to advice in general,
Uh, sheesh. Let me say this. Don't forget to have fun, but don't have too much fun. Remember why you're there. Yeah. And I'll leave it right there.
is the perfect words for any varsity student to remember from undergrad to postgrad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're in post grad, and you still have to remember that. Mm.
Yeah, man. End of the day, have your fun, but not too much of it. Get your stuff done. And with that, that concludes our interviews. I want to say thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And I wish the best for you moving forward, man.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Sia. I appreciate being on the show, and hopefully one day you can bring me back. And all the best with all your endeavors, eh? Cheers.
I appreciate it. Hopefully one day I can actually have you live in person, face to face for this.
Yeah. Yeah. One day we should make it happen. Sync up our schedules or something.
Definitely, man. You should
Yeah.
come to Cape Town.
I'll see you by the beach, eh?
Thanks, man.
Cheers. Bye.